All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go. 180! You.
They don't give it here to his running back. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Throwing on second down. Wentz. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Let's see what you got.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
61, matchbox, light. Get ready. No. Off. Check 4. Slam. Check 9. Get it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready, ready. Mike, 51. Hey, 57. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Quit talking about it and win it. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Operating from the gun. Herbert, his throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. 2nd and 6. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. From the gun, Herbert, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Pick me up, here we go.
To throw, it's Wentz. His first running back, McCoy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here we go. Ready? Come on.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
120. Hey, it's time to... Hey, let's go. It's time to press. You run. Man 5-7. 50.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And his throw is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods. Pick.
They should have known. They should have known.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. After the penalty, it's Elliott. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
2nd and 5. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Go, go. Watch Mike, watch Mike. Mike 52, Mike 52. Oh! Yeah.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Run. Undercross.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 3-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm scared.
Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football, So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Switch. Back.
Wynn's going to try and throw on third. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step.
They start on the ground with Elliott. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, Roy. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Herbert. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
On first down, Herbert got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Drop D. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, Steve 6. Here I come again.
Operating from the gun. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Check 3. Look at me. Zipper.
Looking to throw. Herbert toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. This from 36 yards out. And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
Yeah.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers of reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Slam.
Chopper.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going up top. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I'm coming.
Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, T. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
You don't know no better. Hey, box drop. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Watch the pass. Check 50, 36. Check 24, check 24. 25, check 25. Roll out. Go. Ready.
To throw on 2nd down, Herbert. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Ready? 15 line. General West. Get it.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A first down carry by Elliott. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Pilot, 64, reach. Hey, orbit.
Choose the mic. Watch Mike. Check.
From the gun, Herbert, open man is Cobbs. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Second and 4. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
They go to Elliott again. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
52's the mark, boys. 52's down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Elliott on 1st down, going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 10th carry now for Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Where's 52? Watch 52. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike.
Now. Ready.
Here's Elliott. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Set up. 18 Gator. 80 weapon.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. This is Elliott. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. No matter the situation in there, the defense won the battle. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
It's your time, baby. We did our part.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. From the gun, Herbert. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They run on 1st first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Eagles nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
66.
Here's Martinez, operating from the gun, dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, get in the weight room.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Crunch time, defense. Ready, go.
Martinez now throwing on fourth down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Let's go. 10-2 stop.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
Let's go.
On first down, Elliott. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Cowboys on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Mike 54.
Now.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 23-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base.
54. Here we go, here we go.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Watch the shit.
Big rip, big rip.
On second down, it's Pollard. And an alley to run. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Exit. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Now Martinez going to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Ready, ready.
And they take a knee.
Herbert on the keeper.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Get it.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down and goal.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Hey, Charlie.
52. Hey, 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 hey. 5'2" is the Mike. Mike 5'2", Mike 5'2". Know your job.
Buzz, buzz.
And that'll set them back 5. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Mike 52.
On 4th down, Herbert under a heavy rush, reception. Down he goes. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had 8. Select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left.
The Jets are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock.
The Giants are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Patriots are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock.